Okay, so you obviously have access to the park. How long have you lived in the Gramercy Park residence?
Since I'm going to say 80, but I think it's 82.
1982. That's crazy. Are you a first owner, or is it a home that's been passed through generations of your family?
It's first owner.
First owner. Do you intend to pass it on to later generations?
I have 3 kids. One of them they want it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. So what would you say are some of the perks of having access to the park?
Well, it's the only private park in the city. It's key access. Buildings that live around here are assessed for the maintenance of it. One of the reasons why I have a key is I went to the School of Visual Arts in the 1970s, and I always used to eat lunch. My school was on 21st Street, and I used to eat lunch outside and watch the park. So when I had a chance to get an apartment here, I jumped.
I'm sorry. So do you think that there are any negative aspects to having access to the park?
It's exclusive. It's exclusionary. It tends to be. It is what it is.
Yeah. We've read that you have to pay a yearly fee in order to maintain.
Your building is assessed per lot. So let's say that building on the corner is probably about 5 lots. The building I live in, which is the far corner, there's 2 lots. And then if you have your own personal key, there's annual rental for the key, which is changed every year, which is what I just got a key.
So do you think you use the park enough for like that fee to be worth it?
Probably not. But it's a habit, and my kids, when they were young, played here, so I still get it.
Do you go to other New York City parks, or is it mainly?
Sure. I go to Union Square Park, Madison Green Park.
Okay. More or less than Gramercy?
Probably more, because I tend to like to walk.
Okay.
And Gramercy Park is good for walking, but it's pretty small.
So what would you say the community is like here? Do a lot of people come?
It's exclusive. It's mostly Caucasian, and it's hard to get an apartment here if you didn't get it a long time ago. Artists, I'm a photographer, not so much so. Now it's people who are in the banking industry, financial, etc.
Are the neighbors friendly? Do you guys, ever gather in the park for any social reasons?
The park has an annual Halloween parade, which is quite nice, and it's hosted by the park trustees and I think the hotel there, Milano, Danny Myers people. They bring food and there's gatherings. I haven't done it in a while. I did it when I had younger kids.
Okay. So is it more children or adults? Like what kind of people do you see in the park?
It tends to be a lot of kids. There's no playground, so kids will just have to play on their own. And it's a very safe environment for kids to wander around. And then a lot of, I would say, senior citizens use the park too, to maybe get their exercise, walk.
But there are a lot of rules, though, as far as like you can't walk on the grass and stuff like that.
Yeah, there are rules, but they're pretty common sense. It's really just
about maintenance and stuff.
They want people to be not disturb anyone else. So hence you don't play with frisbees, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So do you think those rules kind of make it less enjoyable to be here?
Well, it's more of a meditative space as opposed to a park with a playground.
Okay.
You know, kids playing, making noise. Regular city parks with playgrounds better. Here, I guess with the younger kids, they can bring their own toys. My kids did, and they would have fun playing with the rocks.
Just a couple more questions.
Okay.
So guests at the Gramercy Park Hotel have access to the park as well, right?
They do, and they stay there. They'll ask the doorman to let them in, and then he has to let them out.
Okay. Do you have any feelings towards that, considering they're just guests there?
No, I actually think they should have the park open to more people. But that's, they have certain rules here.
Do people ever ask you to take them into the park, or it's
I have. I'm seldom, but occasionally.
Okay.
Like you guys.
Yeah. Do you have any